Good morning. Well, for the last 18 months, our church has been serving the homeless, feeding the homeless in Norristown, Pennsylvania on the first Saturday of the month. We partner with a nonprofit, the Coalition to Save Lives. It's led by a man by the name of Mike Kingsley. Mike works with a number of different churches, some of which are responsible for the first, the second, or the fourth week of the month to ensure that there is food and volunteers there to help serve. About 7 or 8 months ago, a woman by the name of Lois began showing up to serve. She's not part of our church. She's not really part of any of the churches that typically are part of the rotation. She not only showed up to serve, she started bringing a ton of food. She probably brings enough prepared food to serve 50 or 60 people by herself every single week. She brings a table, she brings heating elements, she brings everything self contained. Well, at first it was a little discombobulating when she was there and we didn't know she was coming, but eventually everybody saw the heart of a tremendous servant, started calling her to find out, what are you bringing? Here's what we're bringing, we'll coordinate. But suddenly this last month when that phone call was made, Lois said, I won't be showing up anymore on the first Saturday of the month. Well, when I found out about it, I was concerned. Was it something we said or we did that put her off? So this past Saturday, 2 days ago, I went over on the second Saturday, and Lois was indeed there with a ton of food, as she always is. I sat down with her and I just asked her, Lois, I was a little bit concerned when I heard you weren't going to serve on the first Saturday anymore. I wondered, was it something we said or something we did that caused you to make that decision? She looked at me, she took my hand, kind of patted it, and she said, oh, no, 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 no. She said, I just decided I need to spend a little more time with my husband. I was spending every weekend doing this, and I needed a little more balance. And then she said, but you know what? Even if you had said something or done something, it wouldn't have stopped me because I don't do it for you. I do it for Jesus. It stopped me in my tracks. It made me think about Jesus' story in Matthew 25 when he's talking about the end of time and the separation of the sheep and the goats. And he says, this is what it'll be like. The king will say to those on his right, come, you who are blessed by my Father. Take your inheritance, the kingdom prepared for you since the creation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me in. I needed clothes, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you looked after me. I was in prison, and you came to visit me. And then the righteous will answer him, Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you something to drink? When did we see you a stranger and invite you in, or needing clothes and clothe you? When did we see you sick and in prison, or go to visit you? And the king will reply, I tell you the truth. Whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers of mine, you did for me. Lois broke that code. She knew that the work she's doing, the service she's doing, is ultimately for Jesus. So this week, as you're thinking about the events that are on your calendar, the opportunities that will be in front of you, the conversations you will have, those in need that you will encounter, think about the fact that when you encounter them, when you have that much needed conversation, when you give them that hug, when you serve the homeless, you're doing it for Jesus. May this be a week when you serve for Jesus. Have a great week.